Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and we are about to dive into Black Clover, chapter 264, Stirring of the Strongest. Now, this is interesting because that's already different than what the fans' translation of this chapter was. So, the official translations are very important because they really do give us a exact, like, all right, this is where things are actually going. I like being able to go into the theories and everything like that too, and that's why I do both videos. So this is the official translation straight from viz.com. So let's go ahead and get into it and go on to some theories on what we think is going to go down. So it starts off where everything, continued. Julius is in the back, behind Noct and Asta. All the captains and, is sitting down. And he continued, Noct continues on and says, with my magic, we'll be able to infiltrate the castle unnoticed. Then we'll storm the Dark Triad and take them out separately. And so he goes on to explain what type of magic each one has. So this is official. This is the official magic, two magical attributes that they each have. So Vonica has the curse, warding, and blood magic. Dante has gravity and body magic, and the one with the spatula and bone magic is Zenon. Now, again, the way that they present Zenon, like, you know, they're all country level threats, but even the way that they put Xenon on this panel, you would think that he would be next to Vonica or things like that, but there's certain implications that continue to show the importance of Xenon in all of this. And gets a flashback as far as Xenon, and Nox says, however, my magic won't let me take a crowd along. I'll need to choose the individuals who have the greatest chance of winning. And so Jack, of course, says the captains. And, Yuno he stands up, abruptly. And he's like, let me go, please. And, he goes on to say, I know it's insolent of me to ask, but I'm begging you. And then Jack goes on with his shit, and he's just all like, are you an idiot? You already lost to him. And Fergolian, he's just all like, we understand, but being here for the kingdom is good as well, And then Not goes on to say, now, there's something that I want to ask you. And he goes on to say that there's a resistance force in the Spade Kingdom that opposed the Dark Triad. The other day, one of their members came to the Clover Kingdom in secret. I believe he's at your place now, isn't he? And then he goes on to say, who exactly are you? And everyone's just all like, huh? What? And then boom, Yuno goes and says, I'm told that I am a Spade Kingdom prince. And everyone's just all like, what? And even Asta's just like, a Spade Kingdom prince? Like, what in the world? And those just all like, oh, it makes so much sense as far as like you being a royal in your mana. And, Yuno goes to say this guy at my place was a servant of the old Spade royal family. He should know all about the enemy and the castle's design. And then Jack goes on to say, well, you know what? That's another reason to not let you go, because he could be a spy or you could be. And then Yuno goes on to say that, if I'm not the one to save him, there's no point. And he goes on to say that before, even like all the captains, ever since the elf arc, they have a particular feeling towards him, and rightfully so, but there's a battle that William's going on because he didn't choose human nor elf, and so he's trying to redeem himself. And he goes on to explain that before he had passed out going against Zenon, he actually saw that he fought protecting the Golden Dawn members. And you see Zenon even more, so this confirms that he was going at a higher level going against William. But even so, William wasn't giving them his all because he was protecting the Golden Dawn members, and it goes on to say, Williams just saw like the member of the Golden Dawns are my pride and my dream because, he made him walk through, this particular path and they didn't curse him, and goes on to say Captain Vengeance was captured because he protected us while he fought. And he goes on to say, to you, he may be a traitor who once turned his back on the kingdom, but to us, he's the kindest and most reliable captain anywhere, And he said that Zenon thinks that he killed the entire Golden Dawn. He didn't wipe us out, though. We're alive. Captain Vengeance spell saved us. We're not done yet. And we, the Golden Dawn, are the Clover Kingdom's strongest brigade. And then he starts getting, you start seeing magic, accumulate behind him. And Jack's just all like, you little shit barking when no one asked. And then you hear, would you be quiet already? And then Belle's just all like, I'm storing up mana over here so we can take down that bony jerk. Is through losing. And then Doc's just all like, all right, I don't hate people like you. And then this is very important because Asta says, even if you're a Spade Kingdom prince or the Golden Dawn vice captain, you're still, you're still you, huh, And it's very important because, like I mentioned before, a lot of people were questioning whether or not this was going to hurt their friendship, but it's just all like, even when was taken over by Elf, all these different times, even with being in the top brigade, the Golden Dawn, he still was treating Asta like a friend. Even when he was taken over by Elf Spirit, he still treated Asta like a friend. Even when he's a vice captain, of the Golden Dawn, became a vice captain before before Asta, he still treated Asta like a friend. I would be very curious to see what would taint their friendship, but it's important that they, you see a panel with both of them saying, let's go beat the Dark Triad and rescue our captains. And then Fergolion's just like, in that case, I like to ask the Heart Kingdom for help as well. And then, Charlotte's just all like, yeah, only we haven't been able to contact them since yesterday. And, don't tell me something's happened. And then Knot goes on to say that yesterday the entire Dark Triad left the castle. Since all three were absent, I was able to act rather dramatically in the Spade Kingdom. But Vanica may have attacked the Heart Kingdom. What did you say? And then, instantly it goes to a dark panel. And then, just some what's going on? And we find out that that's actually Noelle. She wakes up speechless and she's closed and she's like, huh? And then we see, a figure. You're finally awake, and we find out that figure is Prerolls. And then Fauna, Veto, Raya, and Prerolls or Patria sitting there, right there with Noelle. Like, oh snap! So we're finally getting, what's going on with that. So there's a lot of theories floating about. With this type of level threat, as far as that these Dark Triad is imposing, there's gonna need to be some type of angels or God type of person to come in and intervene with this shit, because whoa, they're on some, I wouldn't say impossible, because we have to take into consideration that the Dark Triad did come through with basically like a sneak attack. So everyone was caught off guard. So would they have been able to do what they did if everything was stacked up? So think about this. Asta and Yami by itself was doing amazing, but it took Asta and Yami finally defeating as far as Dante. Now, he's the Lucifero host. So he's supposed to be the strongest. So they went at him at 80%. Now, would it have been as bad if they had maybe like another Yami level person, or even, two, or just someone who was an arcane stage mage as well? Like if it was William, Yami, and Asta versus Dante, I don't think that he would have won. So to say that the Dark Triad is just gonna be like these impossible people to beat, if they're prepared, I don't think so. Are they really cocky? Are we fully at the know what exactly they got up their sleeve? Not really. We still haven't seen Xenon at full power. So all of them at full power, you know, the Clover Kingdom's got some bangers. Like, so it's not impossible. But as far as being able to get Asta to do, and they're setting forth in, like 3 days and shit like that, it's gonna be very, very interesting. So, that's going to be very interesting. Will we see, as far as the hyperbolic time chamber or dream world with Dorothy? I don't know. We're going to see, though. We're going to see. But for sure, we're going to see, as far as Asta learning something more with, as far as his devil power, more about the deal that was made, whether he's going to be able to go back, because again, everyone else seems to go back, but they have, as far as like a mark. So maybe we'll see just like a mark on Asta or something like that, that allows him to, get forth it. Another thing that we're hearing is Asta doing the anti-mana zone attack, and that would be super fucking fire. I'm telling you now, that would be super fire. So, we have several things to look at. Now, to look at this, we have to take into consideration that, let's just say that they do beat the Dark Triad. Let's just say. I feel like there still might be one or two devils that they might open up. I think it's going to be just at the nick of time type of thing. And I think that either one or two of, because they said that the ones that are even one below strong, like one level below the Dark Triad, is going to be super freaking powerful. So we shall see. We shall see. The presence of the elves is very important. That was one of the things that a lot of people was thinking, including myself, like, where are they in the midst of all of this stuff? For one, where's Noelle? Is she still in the Heart Kingdom? Is she out? Because we have to take into consideration how to gain access into the Heart Kingdom. But now that Little Pachico has been captured, is those still the same thing? So how is everybody else in the Heart Kingdom? So those are a lot of things to think about. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this chapter. What are some theories that y'all are thinking about? What are some I'll go into when we get a little bit more information of chapter 265. But oh man, it's exciting. It's exciting. So hey, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit a like, drop a comment. And if you want to show support, there's plenty of ways in the description. I have a book, I have t-shirts, I have my music, CBD. So holla at your boy. Peace.